Before we jump into today's Chiefs mailbag, help us get to 34,000 subscribers here on the Chiefs Report. We are 391 away from doing just that. So hit the sub button, daily videos here on the channel, here on the Chiefs Report, and coming up, we're going to answer all your questions. What's up? Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham, and it is mailbag time. Use hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get your questions here on the show. Keep loading them up. That way we have plenty to go to before the end of this segment. It's hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. PS4, the new frontier, kicks things off. Will we be able to extend Chris Jones? What's he under contract through next year or something like that? He's got at least another year. I think he's a free agent in 24, so... yeah, I mean, that's something you'll have to think about, right? Could that get done this offseason? Maybe that would probably lower his cap hit for next year, so I do think that's something that could be in the works. He doesn't look like a player that's slowing down by any means whatsoever. 7 sacks this year, still a dominant interior pass rusher. So, yeah, I certainly want to keep him long term, and he loves Kansas City, and Chiefs Kingdom loves him as well. Deciphered with the Super Chat, any thoughts on if we will keep Orlando Brown? I mean, I've got thoughts. I mean, here's my kind of overall thought. Orlando Brown continues to be inconsistent. Is he a good player? Yeah. Is he a great player? No. Is he a reset-the-market left tackle? Hell no. He is not proven to be that. Now, am I sitting here saying I regret the trade? No, because he's been a huge upgrade at left tackle. Has he been perfect? Not at all, but still better than what you had at the time. So I think my prediction is there will be some negotiations. He'll want more money than the Chiefs are willing to spend based on his production. He's going to get franchise tagged again. $20 million is what the cost will be next year. I think that's worth it for one more year. He won't get tagged a third time, so then they'll have to figure something out the following offseason. Hopefully we see some more consistent play and it becomes an easier negotiation process for both Brown and the Chiefs. RJ with the question, what could the Chiefs do in the next offseason? Well, Chris Jones extension, I actually like that idea. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of draft capital from that Tyreek Hill trade, so a couple more picks extra to get taken care of there. Frank Clark, you have to make a decision on if he's going to be on this team next season. I didn't think he would be this year, but they did a major restructuring to make sure he was. Do you cut him next year? We'll see how he plays the rest of the way this year. Running back is a position to watch to see if they want to try and upgrade there. What do you do with Juju Smith-Schuster? He's on a 1-year deal this year. Do you bring him back? So a lot of questions that the Chiefs will have to ask and answer this offseason. From Josh Allen sucks. Be honest. Do you think the Chiefs will get OBJ? I mean, I do think they have a chance. Would I say they're the favorite to land OBJ? I would not say they're the favorite to land OBJ, but I do think they could get him. These are the 5 teams reportedly on Odell Beckham Jr.'s list: the Cowboys, Giants, Bills, Niners, and Chiefs. I mean, let's just go through the teams, right? Cowboys, they make a lot of sense for a couple reasons. 1, the NFC is wide open. 2, after CeeDee Lamb, that wide receiver unit's been bad this year. 3, OBJ loves the spotlight. There's not a bigger spotlight than playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Those are a lot of reasons. Number 2, the Giants. He's played there before. The fans love him. He had success there. If he ever goes into the Hall of Fame, it'll likely be as a New York Giant. And the receiving core is garbage. I mean, he legitimately could walk in there and be their number 1 right away. So that's appealing. Buffalo, like the Chiefs, good team, contender, good quarterback. They got Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, but after that, the receivers are kind of meh. So that's appealing. But cold weather, there's a report out there he doesn't want to play in super cold weather. San Francisco, not as good of a team. That's a detriment. Jimmy G, average quarterback, but I think he would have a role there, creative play caller in Kyle Shanahan, team that's had playoff success. Kansas City, we've outlined it. Yes, it's a deep wide receiver room, but after Juju, he could legit be your wide receiver too. So playing with Mahomes, obviously, as well, is something that would be appealing, I would imagine. Do you think the Chiefs will land OBJ? All 5 teams could make sense for different reasons. Type Y for yes, type in for no. I mean, it's a 1 in 5 chance, so the odds say no, but I do think there is a decent chance for Kansas City. From Jay, if we let Hardman walk, could we sign DJ Chark this offseason? Yeah, I mean, I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. DJ Chark is a big body, kind of red zone jump ball guy. Mecole Hardman's more of a speed, get in space, get him the ball in space type of receiver, completely different guy. I think it's more of if Juju gets too much money on the open market, could DJ Chark be like a Juju light? I think that could make some sense, but he has been hurt in Detroit this year. Battle Cat, are there any good left tackles in this draft coming up? Peter Skoronski of Northwestern's a left tackle, but draft experts think he might be a guard in the NFL. He's going to measure with short arms. Sometimes I think that stuff is overrated. I think you can make up for some of that with really good technique, which he has, but sometimes it is legitimate. I mean, short arms makes it tougher for a tackle. You got to have that power and technique if you don't have the arm length. So he's a guy. Paris Johnston Jr. out of Ohio State is another one, but it's a lesser caliber offensive line class. So that's why I do think Orlando Brown will be back for at least one more year. From Tony Fuentes, will we beat Cincinnati? Yeah, I mean, I hope so, Tony, because that is a skeleton the Chiefs, a rare skeleton the Chiefs have. 0-2 last year against the Bengals. Second game in particular, a game that you blew in the AFC title game. You're up 21-10 late in the first half. You have that little debacle inside the 5 where you don't get points. Reports of a halftime meltdown in the locker room, and then in the second half you just look lost offensively and you lose that game in overtime. So that is obviously something you want to kind of just nip in the bud, right? Like beat the Bengals. That way that's you don't want to go into this playoffs 0-3 against Cincinnati and then potentially meet them in the playoffs. That's not something mentally you want to have to take on. BetUS, the place to go to bet on sports all season long through the NFL, NBA, college football the rest of the way, when baseball's in season, college basketball. Producer Nick Roloff, he gambles on college basketball more than anyone I've ever seen. I mean, the guy is just it's something else. I mean, he texts me, he's like, dude, did you see Colorado State play Norfolk State tonight? Wild ending. And I'm like, I didn't, but I'm sure it was entertaining, and you can bet on those games at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, promo code Chiefs125. You can also bet on the MVP odds. Patrick Mahomes the favorite right now with Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Josh Allen lurking. Lamar Jackson down there, plus 1,000 odds. If you feel good about any of those candidates, Patrick Mahomes, go put some money down. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use the promo code Chiefs125 to get that deposit bonus. All right, Kelly Uphouse. What do you think about Kareem Hunt? I mean, I think he's a good player, and I understand why the Chiefs got rid of him. I mean, he was caught on camera kicking a female in the face, and he lied to the organization about it. And then when the video appeared, they felt like they had no choice. Had he come clean and said, I made a mistake, and explained the situation that happened, and they investigated and determined, hey, this guy messed up, but we're going to give him another chance, I think he might still be here. But the fact that he lied about the situation and the video proved that, that's why they had to cut him. Great player. By all accounts since then, hasn't really had any issues, but, you get on camera in I guess that was 2019, in this day and age, physically assaulting a female, it's not going to go well for you. You're going to be in trouble. There's no doubt about it. Joe Fazio, chances we actually see Ronald Jones. I thought this could be the week it happened. It was not. With Pacheco running well, that lessens the chances. It may take an injury to a Pacheco or a Edwards-Helaire or a McKinnon. I mean, McKinnon is going to be active every week. He probably brings you the most on a week-to-week basis just in blitz pickup and catching the football. I like the way Pacheco ran last week, but McKinnon's a guy, on important downs that's going to be on the field a lot. So maybe on Ronald Jones, We'll see. I'd be tempted 1 week just to make CEH inactive, have Ronald Jones up, and just see how he does, but that has not been the case yet. Terry Singleton, do you think extend? I think you're asking if Juju should get extended. I'm down for it with the way he's played this year. I've said it for a few weeks now. He's not a alpha male Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins level number 1, but he's like a tier 2 number 1 with how he's playing this year. He's going to have 1,200 yards and probably 6 or 7 touchdowns. That's solid. That's not top 5, top 10 receiver in the league, but it's top 20. I mean, he's playing really well. RJ, who could be a good draft pick or free agency signing for Kansas City? I would like to get some edge rushers. I think Karlaftis will get better over time, but Get another pass rusher. I think later in the draft, a capable running back would be fun to add to this offense. Those are a couple positions. Potentially a safety. Justin Reed's kind of just been average this year. Juan Thornhill's a free agent after this year. Not sure if he's going to be back. So those are a couple positions I'd look at. Shout out your city, Chiefs Kingdom. If you have a kingdom, shout that out too. So let us know where you guys are watching from. If you're international, shout out your country, and I'll be reading your comments, gauging where Chiefs Kingdom is tuning in from here on the Chiefs Report. Hashtag Chiefs Super Chat. We got time for a couple more here. Deciphered, how do you think Prince performed in the absence of Wylie? Nothing really stood out. I thought he was fine. I still think a healthy Lucas Niang would be the best option, especially if Andrew Wylie's out, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. But I thought he held up fine. I don't think he's a long-term option over there, but I think for the rest of that Jags game, he was fine. Robert C. Outerbridge Sr., should the Chiefs pursue Jonathan Abram? So he signed with the Packers, so they claimed him, they picked him up, so he did not clear waivers when the Raiders cut him. He is now with the Green Bay Packers. Appreciate all of the questions here on today's mailbag. If you want to ask me more questions, sorry we ran out of time, hit me up on Twitter. It's at HGramNFL, same handle on IG. If you have Instagram, at HGramNFL, and always down to answer your questions over there.